Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore and our Human Paladin. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. Today we are getting back into the wetlands. We just hit level 30 in the previous episode, and we've got a new seal to play around with. So let's see how well that new seal of light works for us as we get back into our general questing. We're going to check Menethil Harbor first for any quests that we might be missing, because it is quite possible that we've had to drop a few as we were working through Duskwood and Ashenvale. Yeah, but I don't know, looks like we might have everything. Got a quest here out front. Fall of Dunmadir. We've read through this one already. We will search for Longbraid near Dunmadir in the north. It's a free 1,000 experience. But from there, we will not be doing anything else with that. Because that will be an elite level quest. And even with a group of 5, that quest can sometimes take a very long time to complete. We're in Menethil Keep right now. I'm going to go check upstairs real quick. Just make sure I cover all my bases here. And I think we should be good to go. So as far as what we should accomplish first, I'm thinking Fire Taboo, which is the collection of crude flint from the Mosshide Knolls. That's probably going to be the easiest. We can take care of Fall of Dunmadir as well, while we're kind of in the northern section of the wetlands. Reclaiming the goods. Oh, we can do this too. We should actually handle this one first, since it's going to be right in front of us as we cross the bridge here. Search the crates and barrels at the coastal Murloc camps. And we'll see if we can find anything. We'll keep our eye out for giant crocolisks. And Dragon Maw war banners. I can't remember if we end up getting another Dragon Maw orc quest at some other point, or if this is the only one, and this is just kind of the whole quest line. There are quests here in the excavation site as well, so we'll have to remember that. If I didn't have prior knowledge of that, I would have had to stumble upon it by accident, but luckily I am familiar with that one. Might is up. Let's enter the Murloc camps and search some barrels and crates. Now, as far as using Seal of Light, we're going to open up with it, I think, and judgment something basically immediately. Let's go over here. I can see some crates over there in the distance. It looks like gobblers up as well. Luckily, this area should be pretty safe for us for the most part. In fact, I'm not even going to bother with Seal of Light just yet until we face something that's going to pose more of a challenge to us. But I think the general idea is going to be to pop Seal of Light, Judgment right away, and then put Seal of the Righteousness back up. And hopefully we can get some decent healing off of that. I guess I'll give it a try on some gray enemies just to see what it's like. So we healed for 25 HP twice in a row there. If I had to guess, it seems like on average it's once every 2 to 3 hits with our sword, which is not bad. And 25 health seems like a pretty minuscule amount, but we've only got about 700 HP total. Honestly, that might be pretty good. is quite mana intensive though, for sure. Which is definitely its biggest issue. Yeah, it's gonna be to be determined whether or not Seal of Light is gonna be worth it. It's certainly gonna be worth it on tougher challenges, I think. Like if we have to face an elite enemy of some kind. Trying to think of what we would need to be searching for. There's a pile of boxes right here, but they cannot be interacted with. Guess we're just gonna have to check some other huts and see if we can find something that we can click on. Yeah, it really does feel like Seal of Light is kind of designed as a tanking seal to just have up at all times, pretty much. It's just, I feel like, considering it's not going to deal any additional damage, I really can't see it being all that useful. At least in comparison to Seal of the Righteousness, which is like very dramatically increasing our damage. I also completely forgot that seals will refresh every melee attack, so the fact that the Seal of Light lasts for 10 seconds on the target doesn't actually matter. At one point I thought it would matter. Still haven't found anything that I can click on. I see a solid chest over there. We can food crate as well. We can click on those. Taking on multiple enemies at once, I mean, I know these guys are about 7 levels lower than us, but we've maintained pretty much 100% HP the entire time, which is pretty awesome. Solid chest had a linked chain belt in it, which is just a tad worse than what we have now. Not that that would have mattered, at least in a couple of levels, that is, at level 32. Should be replacing everything. And I'm just trying to get close enough to these little hovels here, close enough to see if there's anything interactable next to them, but I really can't see anything. Makes me feel like I'm not really looking in the right place. mean, there's tons of battered foot lockers all over the place, but I doubt that's what they would want us to be looking for. I don't see anything else. I'm wondering if the very first interactable barrel or crate that we see is what is going to have the item that we need. Like, the goal is to just find the one crate in existence that you can actually click on within the Bluegill Marsh. Unless they're talking about like a different spot, but I'm pretty sure there aren't any other Murlocs in the wetlands. I think this is it. This spot's gonna be a little bit difficult, I think. A warrior and an oracle, it shouldn't be too bad. Fortunately, he got the heal off. It's not great. Let's try Seal of Light up on the target and ourselves at the same time. See how much health we can heal ourselves back for. In some cases, that might be the play. Like, that might be... I mean, we're facing this Oracle, which is 5 levels lower than us, and we're basically healing to full from it. So it doesn't really matter how long it takes to kill him, but, you know, if we can mimic that that same strategy on something that's like our level, we might be onto something. And that could be huge for taking on more difficult quests. Especially if we can just wail on something for a while. And basically just let our mana come back. While we spend that full 30 seconds with both effects up. I'm starting to really like what I'm seeing with this new seal. We'll have to see how it operates against other level 30 enemies, though, before I'm officially sold on it. Yeah, so unfortunately, I mean, we've spent about 15 minutes already. I can't really find any barrels or crates that we can interact with here. Yeah, search the crates and barrels at the coastal Murloc camps. This is it. I don't think there are any other camps besides these, so... And I'm just not seeing them. And they should be in these little, you know, these little huts. I should see something. You would think that pile of crates that we saw at the first hut would be exactly what we need to be clicking on, but it just doesn't really feel like it's the case. So we'll do one more sweep, and if we can't find anything, we'll just have to move on. Move on to like the crude flint or something. Yeah, I don't see anything that we can click on. There we go. Okay, I see a crate now that we can click on. There we go, perfect. This crate is covered with clawed scratches and the marks of water damage. Prying it open reveals soggy and rotted straw, as if something of value was stored in the crate. You search through the straw and find an armload of red-colored bottles. You thoroughly search this cluster of murloc hovels and find no trace of Menethil statuette. Perhaps one of the two nearby hovels to the north and northeast will have more clues. Alright, and I can actually see it pop up on our map. I don't think we saw this dot on our mini-map before for the damaged crate, unless I'm just blind and wasn't paying attention. But it's good that we have one for this, so we know exactly where we're going at least. I suppose Seal of Light can sometimes be inconsistent, which isn't super great. And, you know, against two enemies, it's not really doing, like, too much, especially considering that they're gray. If we pulled two level 30s, like, I wouldn't rely on it. In fact, it's probably just too expensive. Like, for that price, we can get off... Yeah, Seal of Light and Holy Light have the same mana cost. And Holy Light's going to heal for, let's say, 170 or 180 on average. Whereas Seal of Light, I feel like healing for 180 is probably going to be pretty difficult. You'd have to be using it over the course of that entire 30-second span and get a decent amount of hits out of it, I think. For it to matter. I guess really give you that value. Doesn't have a cast time though, I guess, so that's one significant advantage. You could also use 2 Flash of Lights, which is like 230 healing in comparison, actually, so yeah, I don't know. It is kind of nice to sometimes to just put it on and hit something without pressing any other abilities. You just kind of chill. This barrel is largely untouched. Prying it open, you are assaulted by the pungent odor of cheese. It's a little wet, but still tasty. Nice, wet cheese. This grouping of murloc hovels after a thorough inspection reveals nothing, but you're certain that the next clue you will find will be fruitful. One of the hovels to the north must have the Menethil statuette. And we've got another dot. guess the other benefit of Seal of Light is that it doesn't, it's not going to trigger the 5-second delay to start recharging your mana again. Because you're basically healing without losing that mana regeneration. So I guess that's kind of the key benefit there. Picked up some more cloth shoulder pads. Can't use those, of course. Murlocs always drop a ton of stuff that needs to be vendored. This barrel is halfway buried amidst the mud and grass. After pulling the barrel free from the muck and opening it, a silvery figurine is found packed in the fine straw. It depicts a young, long-haired paladin with a hammer upraised. This must be the Menethil statuette. You must now return it to Carl Borin in Menethil Harbor. Oh, we get a staff for this. It's going to be a decent chunk of change. Alright, as we push a little bit further north and then of course east, we're going to start running into those giant crocolisks, I think. We're also going to start potentially seeing some bog elementals that are stealthed. We're going to want to be careful of those guys. They're probably going to be closer to our level. And we don't want to be caught by surprise. So we'll see if we can find any giant crocolisks first, since we're already up here. I thought we had Sida's bag. I can't remember if we completed that quest or not. I'm pretty sure we didn't see the quest. Back in Menethil Harbor, but I might have to double check that. Because I know the crypt or the tomb is, we're pretty close to that as well up here. Right, we got a giant wetlands crocolisk here. Along with some like normal ones. We'll take on what we can find here, and then we'll see what that looks like as far as the drop rate. Or do we just have to kill? No, we need the skins. Drop rate should be a little bit easier with these guys than it was with the younger variety. There's one of those bog elementals over there. Let's actually just take him out now so we don't have to worry about it. Mr. Fen Creeper. Luckily he's level 24, so we're actually able to see him from pretty far away. At lower levels you don't get that luxury. Like if you come here and you're like around level 22, for example, you're not going to see this Fen Creeper lurking around unless you're like right next to him already. And by that point he's, you're going to pull him along with anything else you might already have on you. Something else I've noticed too, and I noticed this a lot on the paladin that I leveled through Season of Discovery, I think Judgment counts as like a melee attack. So like it's almost like you're auto attacking, you know, but for like holy damage. So it actually sometimes counts towards the like Seal of Light effect. You know, if the Seal of Light is already on your target and you Judgment with like Seal of the Righteousness, for example, sometimes it triggers the heal, or at least it seems that way. We're still looking out for the giant crocolisks. It seems like they're a little bit more rare. The drop rate's been really good on the skins so far. It's just a matter of finding them. We'll keep making our way towards the east, and once we hit the Moss-Hide Knolls, then we'll shift our attention over to them. Which should not be too long from now. There we go, I can start to see some. I don't know if these ones can drop the crude flint. I'm assuming it's maybe any of them. I would hope, at least. Well, let's find out. Let's check out this area over here too, with this little windmill and some dwarven architecture. Looks like a cool spot. Something else I've been thinking about too is this longsword that we have is actually quite slow at a 2.3 weapon speed. I'm hoping that our next weapon upgrade at 31, I'm not sure what it is yet. I haven't actually gone back to Honest Blades in Stormwind to check, but I'm hoping it's faster, because that would also improve Seal of Light by quite a lot. So we've got an engineering supplier out here. I guess that is interesting to know. We can actually vendor a bunch of stuff, which is kind of nice. And inside we have a special goods dealer. Wenna Silkbeard.
How are you?
Interesting. Some male shoulders. We've got some tailoring and leatherworking recipes. Huh. Gloves that have a chance of dealing fire damage on melee attacks. Okay.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Very cool. Very cool little spot in the Sundown Marsh. Doesn't help this character, but that's okay. All of this knowledge can be used in the future. we've hit the Moosehide Knoll encampment. Let's get to work. Oh man, nobody's getting to that chest. Jesus. Yeah, the Moosehide Knolls are infamous for having camps that are tightly packed like this, and if you pull one, you're pulling all of them, man. That's a 4 to 5 enemy pull there, and we are definitely not interested in doing that. I just have to peel what we can off on the outside. There's our first crude flint, so the brutes do carry them. It's good to know. Watch out for these nets. Luckily, Blessing of Freedom can pop us free of them if that is required. Yeah, we have barely had to bandage or heal or anything. This has been really nice so far. Once we start getting into the excavation site, we'll have more of a match there with the raptors within. We'll have to see how that goes. I'm sure they deal tons of damage. And this is going to be probably more difficult to pull off, this combination. Let's see, after we take out this Fen Runner, why don't we craft some more bandages? Because we really need them. And I don't know how comfortable I feel. I mean, with Seal of Light now, I wonder... Thinking we still just make the regular wool bandages and we just skip out on the heavy ones. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it alone. We are going to have to figure out how to get our expert first aid, though. a full stack. We'll get rid of this linen as well. Just get it out of the way so we can vendor it. Check back at this camp over here. Looks like we might have another player nearby. We're probably going to be trying to pick them off as well. So this might get a little difficult. Let's just test the waters here. If I pull this brute, how many am I pulling? Looks like I could be pulling... I mean, I think the other player being here kind of helped. Okay, we're getting hit by that one now too, which is not super great. Oh, interesting. Oh no, they're actually attacking the other player now. Not great. Oh yeah, he just feared them all. One of them's coming back to us now. Oh, this is not good, actually. Oh, this is very bad. Oh, that guy's gonna get us killed, I think. Let's use lay on hands. Okay, we might be okay. All right. That might have been one of the very few times where we've actually had to pop lay on hands for, in order to escape. That was rough. Oops, popped that by accident. Yeah, that was really tough. Yeah, the problem there was just kind of how aggro works with other players in the area. That was very scary. So we're not going to pull any of these anymore. these camps. No way. We got to stick to the outskirts, and which really sucks because there aren't that many moss-eyed gnolls here in the Sundown Marsh. Not as many as I would like, at least. Many more gnolls on the other side of the wetlands that are much easier to access. Got a couple of stragglers like this one over here. Just be nice to find more of them. There's that priest from before. If we have to compete with him, it might be a little tough. Blizzard really wanted you to group up for this quest. Yeah, as far as gathering up that crude flint, it might have to happen over the course of a couple of episodes. We're going to be running into players. We'll see what we can do for the rest of today. I suppose while we're waiting, we could just turn in the quest right around Dunmadir here in the north. That would be fine. I'll pull both of these. More moss hides up here than I originally thought. They kind of covered this whole marsh, honestly. I thought they were kind of in a more of a smaller sliver here, just north of the road, but they kind of stretch pretty far. Somewhat close to the mountains. We've encroached on some raptor territory. Don't care about those too much. Let's just focus on looking for that next camp. So this is this is Ironbeard's tomb. This is where all the slimes are. This quest might actually be, you know, the reason we might not have seen this one for the quest for Sida's bag is because it could be gray to us now. I'm not sure. But it should be a wetlands quest. It should be called Sida's bag. Yeah, I'm not sure. So we'll have to double check that while we're in town. I'm gonna make a note of that. Because I don't remember completing it. We might have pulled, oh yeah, we pulled everything. Let's back away from that, I don't mind it. Okay, so we leashed the Fed Runner, that's fine. It's not to deal with the fact that we pulled the rest of the camp. I'm gonna let that Fed Runner come back to us. It looks like we also pulled the Mistweaver, which is also fine as long as it's just the Mistweaver. Looks like he ran back. I don't know where that Fen Runner went. He's got to come back to us at some point, I think. Unless he glitched out and literally ran all the way back, but I don't think that should be the case. Well, maybe he did. I mean, unless he like died somewhere, but I don't think we don't have any dots or anything that could have done something like that, so I don't know what happened to him. A bunch of moss hides hanging around this tree, not around a campfire, which is fine with me. It's a lot easier to deal with. I think we need 2 more pieces. And I think we need one more. One more crude flint for the Green Warden. Crude flint. These fen runners are some of the fastest I've ever seen. Like, of any enemy that like runs away. Even faster than like the coast runners in Westfall. Alright, we've got our crude flint. Let's head back to the main road, and I don't mean to the south of us, but rather to the east. Yeah, we're just right over there. And we'll turn in the quest for Dunmadir, which should be a quick 1,000 experience. Then we can, I think, call it from there. And then in the next episode, we'll turn in our quest with the Green Warden with the crude flint, and then we will see what we got from there. We still got the giant crocolisk skins, so we can kind of scan the area a little bit. Maybe on our way down south. We can see if we can pick up the rest of those. See the Thandal span from here. Bridge to the Arathi Highlands. We'll get there eventually. Hello, boys.
Talk to me. What's your beck?
What brave paladin sends word from Menethil? Ah, Sedelian, they call you. You bring hope to a hopeless situation. 'Tis good news indeed that young Harlow survived. While fleeing, he received a grievous wound. He had but little time to send him on his way on the back of the only surviving steed with the regiment. But now we face a perilous situation. Dunmadir has fallen, and we are but a shadow of a great regiment we once were.
Be good.
Unfortunately for you, this is where I leave. I will take your experience, and I will be heading out. Sorry guys, Dunmadir will continue to be forever in a perilous situation. Okay, yeah, so we're going to try to collect the rest of the giant crocolisk skins in the next episode. We'll see about the war banners. The dagger maul would be a good test, but I would like to check out the excavation site too. I'm going to make a note of that as well. We should check out the excavation site quests and see what level. I think they should be right around our level, maybe a little bit less. I think it'll be a better task for us to complete than the Daggerfall or Daggermaw orcs. But we'll have to see. In the meantime, as always, I appreciate you all so much for watching. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more. I hope to see you back here in the wetlands. Take care.